Hello YouTube, it's Rob from Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast of England. I hope everybody's well and having a really good day. On today's video we're just doing a winter tidy up of this bed. What we've got is a snowball tree, a viburnum rosum, we've got a red robin, we've got a hydrangea, we've got a green leylandi, and then we've got a wigelia. It's called Florida, I believe, and it has a beautiful pink and white flower which flowers in May and June, and sometimes it comes out in September. But first of all, what I'm doing, I'm just getting rid of all the leaves and the rubbish on the bed, and I'm using my Stihl BG86 blower. I do have the Husqvarna BX525, but I don't know why I put that in the van today. Sometimes I just alternate between the two, and my faithful Fiskar rake. Every bit of kit you'll see me working on today is bought by myself and I use it. And if I buy a bit of kit and I don't like it, what I do is I get rid of it. I sell it on Facebook Marketplace and then I replace it with something else. That's where I am. I can't cope with having a kit I don't like. So what we've got is a little bit of hand shears work here. I find if I use the hedge trimmer on the wigelia, it snags at it and it pulls it and it doesn't give it a nice cut. So I just take my time with the hand held shears, and then I go over it a couple of times with that, getting the shape I want, and then I go back over it with the secateurs just to tidy up some of the cuts, and I'm a bit of a bloody perfectionist, to be honest, but I like doing this. Pottering on it, it's good for the soul, and at the end you'll see it looks lovely, and it's worth the weight and the patience you need to put into these jobs. Obviously I'm a bit of a short, I won't swear, but I'm not the tallest, so I've got the Hendon tripod ladders there. They're 6 foot ladders. Each leg is adjustable, and I've got to say it's probably the best 250 quid I've spent. What's good about them ladders is they get in the van without having to use a roof rack and roof bars, etc. However, this season Ian and I have been doing lots of hedges where I'm on the border with them, and Ian's got a pair of old rickety DIY ladders we've been using, but I am mindful I might go and have a look at a set of 8 foot ladders or 10 foot ladders and getting some roof bars on the van just for them bigger hedges, so you're not reaching up with the Stihl combi and feel like you're just on your tiptoes. But we'll see what the winter brings, and we'll see what the summer brings and the spring. But I do like them Hendon ladders. They were probably one of my best bit of kits I've bought. The safest houses, touch wood, never fell off them, and you do feel safe with them. My little hedge trimmer here, it's my Husqvarna 122 HD 60 centimetre bar. It's a petrol hedge trimmer. I think about 300 odd quid now, and lovely bit of kit. I've had this over 4 years. Before it had a little battery Bosch and it kept running out on the jobs, so I bought this one, and I've been super impressed with it. It gives it a nice clean finish. It starts dead easy, it weighs nothing, and it makes an average gardener like me look canny. So it's worth the 300 quid. I do like it. I find with the conifers and hedges, I always go up the sides first to try and get a nice clean line, and then I do a top last. But with this one, I'm putting on a little bit of a curve at the top. I'm not going to straighten it. I'm going to make it as nice as I can just by doing a little bit of a curve on the top. And my tip for trimming conifers and beds like this is do them more than once a year, right? Get them done at least 3 times a year, and what a difference. Once a year, it's a tough ask to get the gardener in and make them look nice. But if you're doing them regular, it just looks so much better, and it's less time consuming, less waste, and it just looks lovely throughout the season. So that's my tip for trimming hedges like this and trimming shrubs. Don't do them once a year, do them more often. But I suppose it's what the customer can afford, and you know what the brief is and what the budget is. But as you'll see, we'll progress on to this video, and then I've got a hydrangea next to it. Now this hydrangea, it's not had a lot of light this year because of the snowball tree and the red robin is sort of encroaching on its space. So I'm taking it down, and I'm taking it down quite aggressive. So all the Karens, I don't need your comments. Rob, you'll kill it. I won't kill it. It's been taken down aggressive, but it'll come back. It'll come back. But look at this. I'm on the second run. I would never go above the second run, to be honest. Sorry, the top run. But I'm on the second run, and that ladder is, honestly, it's bomb-proof. It feels like you're on a platform. If I was going to buy a set, I would always buy a set of ladders with the 3 legs adjustable, not just the front leg adjustable. For the extra 50 quid, it just gives you that stability when you're on uneven ground. So there's another little tip for you. Make sure, invest in yourself, as they say, and buy the ladders. Whether you buy Henchman, Hendon, I'm not recommending either. I've got these ladders, the Hendon, and I like them. And I like the fact that they've got the 3-leg adjustable. Somebody told me that. I watched a YouTube channel. I can't remember which one it was, but they recommended that you always get the 3-leg adjustable ladders. And I did, and it was great advice. Great advice. Now, what I find with these Lelandais is trying to get the top perfect is a bit of a pain. So I always do a couple of takes with the Husqvarna, and then I get my secateurs out and my handheld shears and just trim them up and get them tidy. But some of the edges can be a bit, not as neat, not a clean cut as they should be, but that does it. And now the snowball tree, one of my favourite shrubs in the garden. It's absolutely beautiful. Viburnum rosum. I'm taking it down, and it should have been done earlier, I know, but time and weather, it's just been too wet. So what I'm doing is I'm taking it down so it's level just about a foot above the fence, and I'm taking it down, cutting the length of the branch just above the next pod, so that flower will be there next year. And it's a bit time consuming. Obviously this is edited and it's going at twice the speed, but it's worth it, because next year you'll see this will flower, and it's just a beautiful, honestly, if you haven't got a snowball tree in your garden, they're not expensive. You get them, they buy them in about a foot, and you put them in, and before you know it, they get to this size, and they're absolutely beautiful, stunning. So this is the hydrangea I'm butchering. Only joking. I'm trimming it hard, and then once I've done that, I'll move on to the red robin, which needs a good hard cut as well. And I tell you what, I'm editing this video massively. I'm here for nearly 4 hours doing this and a little bit more work. It was a half day, and the amount of waste. I've got this dumpy bag in front of you. There's a builder's dumpy bag, and I fill them to probably 3/4 full where I can manage them. And I'm 4 bags in by the end of the job. And, you wouldn't think that, would you? But the amount of waste, it never ever shocks me how much waste comes off these type of jobs. So when you're pricing them, you've got to take that into consideration. Another thing I do when I'm pricing as well, quick tip, I used to, that'll take me 3 hours. My hourly rate's this, but I don't tell the customer, then I'll do it. Not anymore. It's either a half day or a full day. And I tell you what, there's jobs where I've priced and I've thought, that'll be 3/4 of a day, but I'll do a full day. And then you get to the job and you're struggling to finish it in the full day. I'm about to go back the next morning for an hour. So whatever you think it's going to take, I would say add 20-25% time-wise, and then work out your price from there, because it always takes you longer than you think, and it's always more waste than you think. Yeah, that's my opinion. What do you think? I never seem to get that right. So now, as a bit of an insurance policy, I try and err on the side of caution and over sort of egg the pudding with the time. And usually I'm not far wrong at that. But for some reason, my brain, when I go to a job, thinks I can do more quicker than I can actually while I'm on the job, if that makes sense. And also waste. I always think, I'll be a couple of bags, and then you're 6-7 bags in and you've only priced for a couple of bags. So be mindful of that. But I'll give this red robin a trim. I'm going to try and trim it down in line with the top of the fence line. And again, I don't think this has been done for probably 10 months, and it should be done twice, 3 times a year. And it gets on top of it. It means it doesn't go leggy, and then the shrub looks a hell of a lot nicer in the spring. But we'll see going forward. But sometimes time gets on top of you, the weather gets on top of you, the customer just says, "Oh, it's fine. I just want the mobile and go." But yeah, we've got a lot of things working against us, haven't we? But we always try our best. That's all I say. Maxwell's, I always try my best. But I'm coming to the end of the video. Thank you very much if you've got this far. I appreciate it. I will show you a before and after image of the tidy up, and I think you'll agree it looks nice. And what I'm going to do the next time I'm here is I'm going to mulch all the beds with new compost out of the composting bins, and then put some spring bulbs in, so it'll look lovely and clean. And then come the spring, there'll be a nice lot of colour coming through, and then what will happen is these shrubs will just fill out and there'll be no gaps. And the geraniums on the floor, I've took them down as well. I'll put some mulching next time, and then the geraniums will come through and they have a lovely purple flower, and it's a sea of purple. And then the shrubs look nice in the spring as well, especially when you trim them back hard like this. But yeah, so thanks very much for watching. I hope everybody's sort of having a good end to the season. We've been very lucky in the northeast. The weather's been a little bit kinder. I know down south and over in Belfast and Northern Ireland, they've had really horrendous storms and rainstorms. We've had the rain, but we've been lucky. I've been able to get out and do 2 or 3 days a week, which is a positive. So I'm just tidying up now, giving it one last blast with a leaf blower. I then did have an hour on my hands and knees weeding. However, the GoPro, battery didn't film it, ran out, which is always a bit of a pain. I think I might ask Father Christmas, or I might ask the wife if she can buy me a new camera. I'm not holding my breath, but it would be nice. So here's before, and you can see it's a bit of a mess. And here is after. And I hope you'll agree, it looks a hell of a lot nicer. And all I need to do is just get some mulch in there. So thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you've got this far, you're amazing. And remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. It's not growing at the moment, but it will do soon. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. And please, if you liked what you see, press the like button and come along on the journey and subscribe. Thank you. Take care now.